Welcome to PowerPoint Unit 2 walkthrough tutorial. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and start with opening up a blank PowerPoint presentation. This chapter is actually only going to take us a total of 3 weeks to complete. We'll have this week, we'll do a project next week, and then you'll be tested on it. It's pretty short. We are going to be adding to what we learned in Chapter 1 and just learning to enhance the presentation with changing picture styles, shapes, word art, changing the background of our slides. So it's not a real in-depth look into PowerPoint. So go ahead and open up a new PowerPoint, and we're going to save it. And go ahead and save it as your last name, and then PowerPoint 2 walkthrough. Your last name, PowerPoint 2 walkthrough. If you haven't done so already, make sure you have saved the 4 images that are attached to this assignment in Blackboard. You want to make sure that you have those saved in your pictures. It's probably a good idea to make sure you're saving them in the folder that you have assigned for Business Applications 2, just to keep it organized. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and pause the video, save those so you'll have them easily accessible once we get to those. So this is a pretty short PowerPoint. It's only going to be 4 slides. So let's start with going to our Design tab. And we're going to go over to our themes, and we're going to change the theme of our PowerPoint to Verb. Verb can be found in the bottom right-hand corner. And let's go ahead and start with entering our title. Our title is Yoga and Meditation. And then go ahead and click on our subtitle box. And we're going to type in Unify Your Mind, comma, and hit enter, body, comma, enter, and spirit. And we don't need to put a period because that's just our subtitle. Okay, you'll notice that on the 3rd line of our subtitle, it automatically capitalized and. We wanted mind, body, and spirit to be capitalized, but not the word and. So you have to actually go back to the A and delete it and then put in a little a lowercase a there. Okay, so we've got our title and our subtitle. Okay, let's go ahead and add a new slide. Remember, you can add your slide several different ways. You can right-click over here on the left-hand side. You can go to Home, go to New Slide. However you want to do it is fine with me. So I'll just enter a new slide here. And we're going to change the layout of this slide. So to change the layout, you can go up here to your Slides group and choose Layout, or you can actually right-click on the slide and go to Layout. Again, doesn't matter how you get to it. We're going to change it to Picture with Caption. Okay, so it's a little darker slide, and then the title is on the side. Go ahead and click on the title on the left-hand side, and we're going to type in Relax and Restore. If you spell things wrong in PowerPoint, it will give you a red squiggly line like it does in Word. Excel does not do that, so I know it's difficult to see if you've spelled things wrong when it's going vertically up the page, but just make sure you're looking at that. Then go ahead and click in the bottom text box, it's pink, and type in the following sentence: calm the mind and boost oxygen levels in the brain. Okay, so just a simple sentence there. Okay, we're going to add another new slide, and we're going to change the slide layout to Content with Caption. Since I clicked up here on the little drop-down arrow, it gives me all the layout options, so you can do it that way as well. So we're doing Content with Caption as our layout. Okay, then click on the title again on the left-hand side. Strengthen body. And then click on the text box right next to it and type in increase flexibility and tone muscles. Okay, as you can see, I get the red squiggly mark if I spell it wrong. And you just right-click on it and edit your spelling. Okay, and now on the 4th one, We're going to do a fourth slide, and the slide layout we're going to choose is called blank, the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so we have our 4 slides there with our titles and some of our content. Slide 4 is blank. We'll deal with that one later. Now we're going to change the presentation theme colors. To change the theme colors, we're going to go to the Design tab. And on the right-hand side of our Themes group, you'll see Colors. Now we've chosen Verve as our theme, and so the colors automatically change to this pink. But you can change the colors and still have the Verve look, the Verve design. So you can keep these lines like they are, but change the color scheme. So what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and change the color scheme here to Oriole, with an O, kind of an orange one. So now you can see that when we change the color scheme, you can see it the most on slide 1, where it changed that little pink spot to orange, changed this one to orange shade. Okay, so now we have Verve still as the design theme, the document theme, and then the color scheme has been changed to Oriole. Okay, just go ahead and hit save so we're not going to lose this. Okay, now we're going to insert a picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on slide 3. And you'll notice that the text box, the placeholder text, says click to add text, but we can actually enter a picture there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Insert Picture from File, because we have them saved. Go into where you save the pictures that were in Blackboard. And I want you to choose the one that says Hands Yoga. Hands Yoga. Okay, so we've placed that one on slide 3. Okay, now we're going to go to slide 2 and go ahead and click on the picture icon. That's the only option here because of this type of format, or this type of layout. We chose the picture with caption, so this is our caption of the picture. It's not necessarily a text box in the same way, and the picture is the only option that we have here. And we're going to choose the one that says Green Tank Meditation, because the guy is wearing a green tank. I guess it looks a little gray, but it's greenish in the real picture. Okay, and then we're going to go back down to slide 4. You'll see with slide 2 and 3, I just want to point out, it fills the box up with the picture. So when you click on the actual box placeholder, you don't have to resize the picture because it fills it in. Okay, so slide 4. We're just going to insert a picture on this slide. So you can go to Insert on your ribbon, click on Picture, and we're going to choose one that says Arch Yoga. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move this picture up. You can see that when I put my mouse over it, it has a white cross, or sorry, it has a white arrow with a black cross with arrows. You're going to go ahead and drag that up. We're not resizing it or anything at this point. Okay, now we're going to fix the picture quality, I guess you could say, of this picture by changing the brightness and making some corrections to it. So with the picture selected, you'll notice on the ribbon now you have Picture Tools, and you have the Format tab. Go ahead and go to the left-hand side in the Adjust group and click on Corrections. Okay, so you'll see that automatically in the Sharpen and Soften it has the middle one. Same with the Brightness and Contrast, because it always just takes that middle option as the default for the picture. So what we're going to actually select on this one, on the brightness top row, I want you to select the 4th one in. So on the 1st row, 4th column, under brightness and contrast, you're choosing positive 20% for the brightness, and the contrast is a negative 40%. So go ahead and click that. Okay, so you can see that it made it look a little bit different and changed the brightness in the back there. Now the girl kind of pops out a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to add picture style to this. And we did this in Word when we did our flyers, so this should just be a quick little review. So with the picture still selected in our picture styles group right here, we're going to click on the more arrow. And I want you to choose the one called Soft Edge Rectangle. Soft Edge Rectangle. Remember, if you put your mouse over it, it tells you what it is. Okay, so it's next to the big, bold, black framed one. Okay, so now it has soft edges on the outside. Okay, now let's go ahead and apply some picture styles to our other pictures. So let's go to slide 2. In order to get the picture tools on our ribbon, you have to click on the picture. So go ahead and click on the picture first. Go to our picture styles. And we're going to choose the reflected rounded rectangle. Reflected rounded rectangle. It was right next to the soft edge one. It has slight reflection on it. It has rounded edges. Okay, so those are picture styles. Now we can also add picture effects after we've done a picture style. And so to add a picture effect, we're going to go up into our picture styles where it says picture effects here. And we're going to go down to glow. So you can see these are all different picture effects. So if I said add a picture effect shadow, you know you're going to be looking in the shadow picture effects. These are all the main headings for those. So we're going to go down to glow. You'll see we have different options in here. And we are going to choose one of the orange ones. We're actually going to choose the third one down. It's orange 11-point glow accent color 1. So it's on your first column, third one down. You can see that it's a slight orange glow around the picture so it matches our caption box at the bottom. Okay, you can actually add multiple effects to the same picture. So if you wanted to then add a rotation to it, you can do that. You have different 3D rotations that you can add as well. So go ahead and choose one of the 3D rotations for me. Okay, I don't care which one you choose on this one, so just make sure you add a 3D rotation. Make sure it's probably not one like this that you can't really see the picture very well. Just maybe a slight rotation would be better. But you can do multiple effects to one picture. Okay, now let's click on slide 3. Again, select the picture. Okay, on this one we're going to go to picture border. And we're going to choose the orange accent. You can't see anything right now, but we're going to go to picture effects and go to glow. And we're going to choose that same glow that we used last time on the other picture, the orange 11-point accent glow, so you can see that. Go back up to the picture border, and we're going to change the weight of the border. We're going to change that to 3. Okay, so you can see now that the orange darker border is now around that with the glow on the outside of that as well. Okay, so that is adding a border. All right, now we're going to stay on this one and we're going to resize this picture. But I'm going to show you how to resize this by putting in the exact dimensions that we want. You can see that when it filled in the text box that the height is 5.77 and the width is 5.77. We're going to go ahead and change that to 6. So just go ahead and type in a 6. And when you click down on the width, it automatically changes the bottom width to a 6 as well. So if I ask you to change the height to 6 point, that's how you would change that. Or to 6 inches, that's how it would be changed. Okay, and it is slightly off of our slide now, so just drag it over just a little bit so that it fits on our slide. Otherwise, part of the border wouldn't be shown when you actually present the slide. Okay, now go ahead and go down to slide number 4. On slide number 4, we're going to change the picture height as well to 3. You can type in the 3, or you can just move to the up arrow. Either way works. It automatically changes the bottom to 4.48 because it wasn't a perfect square. Move it over a little bit just so it's centered a little bit better. And then let's go ahead and hit save so we're not losing our content. Okay, now we're going to change the background of slide number 4. So what we need to do is right-click on the space on your slide, go to Format Background, click on Picture or Texture, and then you'll see that it automatically changed our background to the first texture that's available. We're going to go ahead and click on the little texture drop-down, and we're going to choose the one that is called Sand. It's on the second row, third one in. Okay, as you can see, I only have that applied to the slide that I was on, which is on slide 4. If I wanted you to apply it to all, you could click Apply to All, but we're not going to do that on this particular presentation, so just keep it on slide number 4. And then click Close. Okay, now we're going to go up to slide number 1. And we're going to insert a picture as the background. So it's similar. We're going to right-click in the outside space. Don't right-click in the text boxes because it doesn't give you the same option. So somewhere on the outside, go to Format Background, and then do Picture or Texture. And then we're going to insert from a file. So we're not doing texture. We're actually going to insert a picture. To insert a picture as the background, you have to have the file saved. So you should have it saved already. Click on the file, and then you're going to choose Sunrise Yoga. Okay, you can see that it automatically places the picture as the background on slide number 1. Okay, again, if this is something that you wanted to put on all of them, you could hit the Apply All. We're not doing that. If you didn't want this little orange square or these lines to show up, you could hit Hide Background Graphics, and that removes those. So go ahead and click on that. So it's right above the texture, Hide Background Graphics, and that takes off the verb design on that title slide. Okay, you can also mess with the color of the picture. So if you wanted to make it a little bit more transparent, you can do that on the bottom here. Let's go ahead and change it to about 20%. Again, you don't have to hit anything down here. I'm not applying it to all. Okay, now let's go down to slide number 3. Okay, we can actually close this background. Okay, on slide 3, I want you to go to Design, the Design tab, and we are going to change the background style. Now, the background style is not right-clicking and going to Format Background. Background Styles is found up on your Design tab on the right-hand side where it says Background Styles. These are supposed to correspond with the colors that you've already chosen for this design type of verb, and we changed it to Oriole, so that's what these are supposed to mimic slightly. So we're going to go ahead and choose in the third column, third one down, Style 11. Now when I hit the background style, you notice that it changed everything back because it was by default set on apply to all. Okay, so if you just clicked it, by default it changes all of them. We don't want that to happen. So go ahead and undo it. Okay, so next to your save on the top left-hand corner, hit undo or hit Control-Z. Either way, get it back to normal. Go back over to your background styles and right-click on Style 11. And then do Apply to Selected Slide. Now you can see it kept our picture on slide number 1 and kept our texture on slide 4. Okay, now let's go up to slide 2. And we'll do another background style on that one. We'll choose the greenish background. So that is style 10, right-click, apply to selected slide. Okay, go ahead and hit save just so we don't lose it again. Okay, let's go to slide number 1. We're just going to edit some of the text. Okay, so let's go ahead and select Unify Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. Go up to our home. And we're going to change the font from Century Gothic down to Papyrus with a P. Okay, and then we're going to add a shadow to that. So on the font group, you can see that there's, next to the underline is a little S. That is a shadow. So go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that there is a slight shadow that applies to it. Okay, now we're going to go up to adding a shape. So we're going to go to our Insert. Click off of your subtitle now. So you shouldn't have any boxes selected or anything. And that is found on the Home tab, Drawing Group. If you click on the More option, you can go down, and I want you to choose the sun. It's in the basic shapes. And just go ahead and draw a little sun in there above the word yoga. Now what I want you to do is move the sun over the O in yoga, so you might need to resize the sun a little bit. You can use your up arrows to move it so it doesn't move it so drastically. Or just placing it over the best you can on the O. And it's filled with orange because that, again, is our default color for Oriole. If you wanted to change it, you could go back and you could change the shape fill, but we're going to keep it at orange. Okay, now we're going to go down to slide 4. We're almost done with this. We're going to add some shapes to slide 4. We're going to add shapes to create kind of a graphic. So let's go ahead and go to our drawing tools again and choose the oval under the basic shapes. And just draw an oval, not too big. Okay, we can always fix the oval. So what I want you to do is go ahead, we're going to move the oval shape up to our picture, and we're going to resize it a little bit so that it can kind of fit with the way that the girl is arching her back. Okay, it's perfectly fine if it's on her head a little bit. Okay, we then click off the circle, and we're going to do a triangle, isosceles triangle. Okay, do it about the same height as your circle, so you can see that those are pretty similar in height and width. And we're going to place that on top of the circle here. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the circle again, and we're going to change the style of it. We're going to go under Shape Styles. We're going to keep it orange, but I want you to go ahead and select the one that has a slight reflection in the background or a slight shadow. Down at the bottom, Intense Effect Orange Accent 1. Okay, let's just change the style of our circle. And then the oval still selected, we're going to go ahead and type inside the oval. So with it selected, you don't have to do anything. You just start typing, and it'll center it. So type in Mind, select the font, or select the word Mind and change the font to Papyrus, and the size to 24, and bold it. Okay, and then what I want you to do is go ahead and select the circle again, right-click, copy it, and then we're going to right-click and paste it. Okay, you can see that it went ahead and typed in Mind. We're going to change that one to Body, and paste another one, and put it down on the other end of the triangle, and type in Spirit. Okay, now go ahead and select your triangle. We're going to do a couple things with the triangle. First, I want you to arrange it so it comes forward. So on your, with the triangle selected, on your Home tab, go to the Drawing group, and go to Arrange, and put Bring to Front. And that will place it in front of your circles. Okay, and then we're going to change the style on this one. Go ahead and go down to the bottom. And we're going to choose the blue on the right-hand side. So it's called Intense Effect Ice Blue, Accent 5. Okay, so we got a little smart art graphic that we created there. Okay, and now we're going, still on the slide, we're going to go up to we're going to insert our word art. Where do I find my word art? There we go. Sorry. It's on Insert, Text Group, Word Art. Okay, and go ahead and choose the second option on the top row. You can drag it down here. And we're going to type in here, balance. Okay, we're going to mess with this. I know you can't see it right now. Okay, so we have balance in there. Go ahead and select the word, go up to Shape Fill. Oh, sorry, over on the word art style, go to Text Fill. And change it to a blue. I don't care which blue you change it to. And then the text effect, add an outer shadow to it. Okay, we're also going to transform it. And we're going to choose the triangle down shape to warp it. So again, I went down to Transform, Warp. So we have balance down at the bottom. Let's go ahead and resize that a little bit. Bring it down below our circles. Okay, you can always play with word art. In the tools, you can change the outline if you wanted to change the outline of this. Text outline to orange. You can change the weight of it so it shows up a little bit more. Okay, and finish by doing a transition to all of our slides. Let's go to our transitions. Go to your more options. And we're going to go down at the bottom in the dynamic content to rotate. We're going to keep the duration to 2. And we're going to apply it to all slides.
Okay, we are finally done with this assignment, so please make sure to save it again and submit it through GradPoint. This week you will be completing one other assignment, so please make sure that you're checking the week folder and completing and submitting that assignment in GradPoint as well. Have a great week.